Engraved on the west side of the Supreme Court building are the words "equal justice under law." But is that a reality for the average American today? The legal system today is broken and most people get about as much justice as they can pay for. Hello, this is Patrick Shaw, and I have owned and used the Legal Shield membership for the last 15 years. In this brief presentation, we will cover why 1.4 million families, just like mine, benefit from this service and whether it would be of value to you. What if you had access to an attorney, or better yet, forget the attorney for a minute. What if you had a solution for all the little issues that happened in life? You had someone in your corner who had the knowledge and experience to protect you from all the stuff that happens, that is expensive, frustrating, and time-consuming, like simply being treated unfairly. Have you ever tried to return a defective product or been unable to receive a security deposit back you should have? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair, had a child custody or support issue, had Social Security, credit, or medical fraud, had difficulty getting a company to honor a warranty, been audited, been through a divorce, an insurance company refused to pay a claim, dealt with a mortgage or foreclosure issue, had questions about your small business, any questions? These are common, everyday issues, and they are endless. Has your identity ever been stolen? Had something on your credit report that didn't belong there? Experienced a tax refund fraud? Have you ever signed a contract or document you wish you hadn't? Moving traffic violations can be time-consuming and costly. Do you just pay them, or do you have an attorney represent you? And if not, why not? When was the last time you updated your will? Do you have the peace of mind and security of having one? That simple love letter to your family to let them know you cared, just in case. All of these are legal issues. So what do we mean by a legal issue? We mean any time the use of an attorney could better the outcome of the situation. The reality is it doesn't make sense financially to contact an attorney for anything but the most catastrophic issues in life. Unless you have a family member, maybe who's an attorney, who you feel good about calling and happens to work in the area of law that you need, in the state that you're in, and doesn't mind working for free, then who do you call to get help with these common everyday issues? You walk away, you pay the bill, or perhaps you threaten. It's unfortunate and wrong, but in America today, it's often cheaper and easier to get ripped off and taken advantage of than to enforce your rights. We have a simple solution to these challenges. 2 services under one umbrella, Legal Shield and ID Shield. You see, there are many times in life when it would be satisfying to be able to talk to an attorney without worrying about the high hourly cost. Legal Shield enables you to work directly with accomplished law firms. You will get the legal protection that you're right, no matter how traumatic or trivial the issue. Your on-call law firm will help you navigate a variety of everyday issues, such as reviewing contracts for mortgages, car loans, traffic tickets, apartment leases, divorce, adoption, and thousands of other issues. Just a simple phone call puts you in touch with an attorney, not a paralegal, who will provide you unlimited legal advice to help protect you and your family. In short, we give people peace of mind. Our service is a simple month-to-month membership. There is no contract. We charge a small monthly fee, and we have plans for individuals and families. It begins with unlimited consultation. You can literally pick up the phone about any issue, personal or financial, current or pre-existing. You can call 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. You can even have phone calls made and letters written on your behalf when the attorney feels it will help the situation. 1 phone call or letter per issue, but as many issues as you may have. What this means is, when Stephen, a Legal Shield member in Colorado, discovered a busted pipe in his basement, and a simple phone call to the city turned into a $7,000 repair, he had an option. You see, the busted main was 15 feet outside his property line and 6 feet under the city street, locked in a box so he couldn't touch it. When the city discovered it to be broken, Stephen was notified by the water company that he would have to obtain city permits, hire a private company to dig up the street, replace the valve, purchased from the city by the way, and repave the city street. Instead of assuming he was stuck, he called his local Legal Shield provider attorney and asked what his rights were. They did a little research, made a call to the city for him, and 30 days later, the entire job was completed by the city at no cost to Stephen. Zero, nada, zilch. His attorney's fees, nothing. It was covered by his small monthly membership fee. Legal Shield will also review your contracts and documents up to 15 pages and provide a comprehensive will for you, your spouse, or significant other. And this is not a will in a box that says seek the advice of an attorney, but rather a will custom prepared for you by your attorney. They will also provide representation for uncontested divorce, adoption, separation, and name changes at no additional charge. Another major area of coverage is motor vehicle legal services. That's right. Legal Shield will work to keep the points off your license for as many traffic tickets as you may receive, and you're covered across the country. I was driving through Yuma, Colorado too fast, late at night in a twin-turbo Audi. That was my excuse. Yes, I deserved the ticket, but I didn't want the points and the 3-year insurance penalty. Instead of just paying the ticket and sending it in, I faxed it over to Riggs, Abney, Neal, Turpin, Orbison, and Lewis, my law firm in Colorado. My attorney found a mistake. No fine, no points, no court appearance. It was like the incident never happened. My point is that not knowing your rights is like not having them. It's important to know that we can't fix tickets, but we can work to keep the points off your license. And there's a 15-day waiting period on moving traffic violations, which means you need to own the membership before you receive the ticket. How about trial defense? It's unfortunate, but we live in a litigious society. People have gotten so sue-happy, and the best defense is sometimes a good offense. The day you become a member, you have 60 hours of pre-trial and trial time. By the 5th year, 300 hours. So if you're ever named in any kind of personal civil suit, you've got an attorney in your hip pocket. That's like having a separate account where you have money put away just in case you're named in a personal civil suit. Like traffic tickets, you must own the service prior to the incident occurring which causes the lawsuit. Membership has its benefits. A Legal Shield membership also provides up to 50 hours of professional tax attorney services if you're audited, and we cover back to last year's tax return upon becoming a member. How about the 24/7 day-a-week emergency access? If you're ever detained, questioned, or arrested by law enforcement, you can pick up the telephone and call an attorney. Even if it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you're in another state, and perhaps you witnessed an accident. Or maybe you're like Eddie, a member in Oklahoma. He was pulled over one night while out of state in a rental car. Before he knew what happened, there were several officers on site and they requested to search Eddie's vehicle. At first he thought nothing of it, and then he realized he was in a rental car, that other people had been driving. Who knows what could be in that car? So he asked the officer if he could call his attorney. One officer said, "It's 11:30 at night. You can't call your attorney." Upon presenting his Legal Shield membership card, the other officer said yes, he can. They conferred for just a minute and then told Eddie to have a good night and enjoy his stay. Simply having access to an attorney changed the situation. Your Legal Shield membership also has a coverall. In the event that you need additional help beyond what is covered 100% by your membership, we have a 25% discount for issues like contested divorce proceedings, bankruptcy, child custody issues, incorporating a business, DUI or patent law, etc. Then there's identity theft. Now, hopefully you haven't been a victim yet, but wouldn't it be nice to know that if you were, you'd have protection and assistance? Credit fraud, Social Security, criminal, character, tax return fraud, medical identity theft alone causes over $20 billion in losses per year. Obviously, having an attorney in your corner can help resolve many of these issues. But in order to have the most comprehensive identity theft solution on the market today, you have to go a few steps further. This is where Legal Shield's ID Shield comes in, a product that does far more. With our ID Shield plan, you will have the power of Kroll Worldwide, the world's largest private investigation firm, at your fingertips. ID Shield works to protect you from an identity theft incident by monitoring your personal information on the internet, in court records, and with the credit bureau TransUnion. Should an identity issue occur, ID Shield will provide unlimited identity theft consultation and perform the bulk of the restoration work to restore the member's identity to pre-theft status. Upon becoming a member, you will be provided a credit report and analysis, access to consultation, and fraud alerts. If someone uses your Social Security number to file taxes or decides to buy an Escalade in Florida with your credit, would you want to know about it? You bet you would. Identity restoration means that Kroll will not only notify you of any issues, but will have you sign a one-page limited power of attorney, and they will restore your credit back to the original state prior to the identity theft, plus do proactive searches. We back this up with a $5 million service guarantee. In the event of a personal identity theft emergency, dedicated professionals are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. National and local databases will be checked for any bank accounts or criminal activity in your name. Legal Shield offers the most comprehensive package for legal and identity theft protection on the market today, and we do this at an incredibly affordable price. Best of all, everything is available with the push of a button on a Legal Shield app available to you as a member. To put the value of our plan in perspective, what would it cost you to have an attorney and private investigator available to you for all of these services that we've talked about? Let's just take a look at the legal service alone. Pretend you were to walk into the office of a really good attorney in your local area and say, listen, I pay for AAA, health insurance, life insurance. I'd like to pay you a flat monthly fee for the following list of benefits. Unlimited consultation, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. Letters and phone calls made on my behalf and a will prepared. I want assistance for removing traffic violations, and if I'm ever named in a personal civil suit, you'll be there for me. I want the whole family covered in every state across the country. I want you to guarantee me a phone call within 8 hours of my call. What would they say? How much? You've heard the old joke. The guy calls an attorney and asks him, "Can I ask you a question?" Attorney says, "Sure." The guy says, "How much would you charge me to answer 3 questions?" The attorney answers, $500. What's your third question? It's funny, but there is truth to it. Legal access is expensive. Instead of hundreds or thousands an attorney or a private investigator would charge per month for the services we've outlined, Legal Shield has a proprietary system developed over the last 40 years that allows us to offer these services for only $27.90 per month for an individual and $39.90 per month for families. This comes to less than an average person would spend on a cup of coffee per day and includes both Legal Shield and ID Shield. It is also an option to purchase these services separately. Be aware, there are a few states that have unique benefits and pricing structures, so make sure to consult with the person who introduced you to this video. We believe you will be hard-pressed to find a better value anywhere. And most importantly, we have a service that can bring you peace of mind, security, and help to simplify your life. So get with the person who invited you to review this information and take advantage of all the benefits a Legal Shield membership has to offer.